Okay, WTI Crude Oil. Let's do some analysis on some energy commodities. Crude oil is one of them, Brent oil, and maybe natural gas. Let's do an update on those three. It's almost the end of the year, so next week we have 2 days of Christmas where there's no trading, so we have 3 days left, and the week after we have New Year. So kind of choppy weeks, kind of. Things are happening. So let's get into the analysis for now. This is crude oil weekly chart. I put on, I think a couple of days ago, in the previous analysis we were bullish on oil, and well, that eventually turned out to be the right move. Yes, it's pretty clear. Price is moving in this range over here. We can extend it a little bit. Also over here we can put it like that. We had support. We started moving to the upside. We forming 1 time, 2, 3 times new support. This was something that almost broke support but never happened. So just touching the support area, touching the supportive trend line, and really taking off to the upside. Of course, this also has to do with the movement in the dollar index, because that's the other pair that's traded on this situation here. And right now we are at the top of this channel again. So as you can see, price seems to be stalling, and I'm gonna jump right into the 1-hour chart for this. Yes, well, we have ourselves some resistance turning support over here. Oh, wait a minute. And then we made a smaller push higher, forming some kind of support, but I personally prefer to mark this one as support, the 63 level, and then another attempt, but price seems to be failing to really get out of there. RSI, let's get into the RSI in a 4-hour. That's more the way I use it. Price came back into this support zone, so a break of this area and a retest could also be an entry signal, but price is getting a little bit flat at the top, and that is what we would like to see, and so a correction is possible. Like I said, let's see if we can spot any divergence over here. Yes, we have this spike over here, which was this high, and then we had 1, 2 more highs, and those 2 highs did not really happen on the RSI. For a divergence signal, this is not really what I'm looking for. So to point out what I am looking for, this is really support at the moment, because this is to me some kind of consolidation zone. Of course, I've took my profits off, so that was a good trade. Yeah, so let's see if we can switch around and get something of that correction if you're interested in that, and otherwise you need to oh, wait a minute, you need to be make sure you understand that this is not the level to be buying, if you ask me. At least my trading strategy is not, this is not the ideal level. So let's get back to the daily for a minute to get a clear picture. So this trade happened, we are out of that, and if I would trade something like this, I would really want to be looking for entries around this level over here. The stop loss we need to identify, and correction could happen up, down into the channel. So it will not form a straight line probably, so we have some room, but I really need more price action to actually get into a short trade for this. Overall, this is the bigger support level, so there is still room left, so maybe this will keep on pushing, or we have some minor consolidation, and I think a consolidation, it would make sense for that to move into this area at the previous resistance, retesting it in combination with this trend line. So altogether we have an opportunity to get in, like over there. So yes, I'm overall, of course, that's maybe a good thing to mention, I am still bearish on oil, because I think there is more room to the upside over here, and first we need a correction, and we need a lot more to be calling this a reversal or turning bearish on WTI crude oil. So that's it for oil. Let's make a short step into that dollar index. Daily chart. Last week we broke out, but we immediately erased this breakout, and at the end of the week we closed inside the range. So this was a fake out, and if you depending on how your broker or whatever is showing this is obviously also a pin bar within that week. And now we are actually moving back into that zone. Well, more on the dollar index I think I will do tomorrow in the forex analysis, the weekly technical analysis on a lot of forex pairs. But at the moment it was a fake out when we are getting stronger. So the dollar index is at the moment moving away from the lower side of this channel. It probably will find resistance not too far away, but more on that tomorrow. But just make sure you understand that this was a fake breakout and not actually a breakout, because if this was continuing to move to the downside, then we had probably another situation as well when it comes to oil. Let's move over to Brent. Often it kind of looks the same, and it does. Same thing. We took up our profits, and also here, if I would consider, I don't think I would do that within the next 2 weeks, because we also have some broken weeks, of course. But if you do want to get into some trades, I really need this to first clear some levels before actually taking on a trade. So yeah, more on that. It was a nice rally up. Let's see how price behaves up here, and let's see if it offers a short opportunity back down. But there is also some room left to the upside. So overall still bullish, just like crude oil, Brent oil. I'm also still bullish, but of course this, to me, if you understand my trading strategy and you've been following my channel for a while, this is not the level for me to enter, even though there is a scenario that this continues to grind over this line and still push some more highs in. But nevertheless, it's just a scenario, and if you trade the hourly chart, you can also get in a stop level based on the hourly chart, but not my thing. But a lot is happening is possible, but for the market to take a breath and get into some correction, and then let's see what we get after that. That would be my strategy. Then final, last but not least, we have natural gas. This was an interesting trade. Now we are back down here where well, this support trend line got broken once, and then again we got a solid break and a retest. So that is what's going on at the moment. I am actually at the levels we are at, I am looking for another entry to the upside. But of course we have this structure. We have this this high, this lower high, then over here we have a lower high, and now we are forming a lower high on a retest level again. So that's actually still bearish, but since we are on the lower side of this range where price has been moving in for quite some time, I would this is getting kind of interesting. If this level here breaks, then I would become bullish again, because this, yeah, I need a little bit more, but it's not unlikely to me to see one more push lower, forming a higher low first, and from there on out, let's see if I could get in. Don't forget we have this pin bar here and this pin bar over here, so it's kind of a picture where price keeps getting lower, but then quite fast turning the other way around and getting back into these highs again. So yeah, well, that's the setup for now. Most interesting of all three pairs that I did, this is a move that already happened. So we took our profits. Interesting run at the end of the year. Right now, personally looking for a correction first to get in, and if you have some more appetite for some more risk, you can trade it to the short side, but I would trade the pullback first before entering. I need a different level to get in with the overall trend, and which is at the moment is bullish. Sorry. Same thing, is kind of an identical chart. It's also an identical setup. Goes for Brent oil, and then last but definitely not least, we have natural gas, which is at the lower side of a price level where it's been moving in for quite some time. So let's see if we get out of this. How we can break out of this little box over here where we are in. So a break of resistance probably retest or whatever would be an entry, or a retest of the support area over here, and preferably not really reaching that level. So on the lower side of this box I would go long, and on the top side I would not go short, to be honest. These are the levels to take shorts, and this is not what I'm looking for. So really waiting to see if we get an official trend reversal, but we need, of course, based on price action, a different structure forming higher highs and higher lows. And at the moment we only have the lower lows and the lower highs in place. So, but we are at a crossroad here, where this could be the first higher low, and of course if this resistance breaks, then we have our higher high in place as well. That's it for now. That's it for the energy commodities, crude oil, Brent oil and natural gas, and I'll see you tomorrow in the Forex forecast for a short week, but for next week.